What is up, you guys? Welcome back to Evan Gun Stuff. Today we are doing the Knight's Armament SR-15 video. Yep. This is Connor's personal duty / training / all-around go-to rifle. You have had it for quite a while. I think you absolutely love it.
Yeah, solid piece.
Yeah, for sure. So we're going to talk all about it. Without further ado, guys, we're going to get right into this one. Real quick, you guys, before we get started, I just wanted to say thank y'all so much for 300 subscribers. Again, every time I thank y'all for these milestones, it feels unreal because we're hitting these milestones so fast and y'all are just eating up this content. If you continue to like this kind of content, make sure to like and subscribe and let us know what you'd like to see. If you didn't see my last video, the SIG 365 video, go check it out. It was a really cool video. This is Connor's concealed carry gun, but be sure to go check that out. I just wanted to give y'all a quick update because this gun has changed just a little bit over the last few weeks. You're now running the Radian backstrap as well as the macro frame and the Radian magwell. Yeah. We'll show y'all some B-roll of that, but this gun with that whole setup is absolutely amazing. It is gonna be a little bit more pricey than our original price breakdown, but I think it's absolutely worth it. Metal backstrap, Radian magwell, Legion mags. This thing is absolutely amazing. So yeah, without further ado, we're gonna get started talking about that Knights.
All right, guys, so this is the Knight's Armament SR-15. This is the E3 CQB Mod 2 upper on a LWRC lower. This thing's pretty cool, man.
So can you break down exactly what makes this gun special, at least the upper anyways?
So right off the bat, the SR-15 lowers, I mean, they're barely ambi. I mean, they're well-made lowers, but they're so-so. So I did opt for the LWRC just because for me, I like it a lot more. This thing is fully ambi. But anyway, as far as the upper goes, which is the Knight's Armament, this is 11.5 inch. So what's gonna make this different from pretty much every other AR on the market is it's going to have a proprietary gas system, which we will go into. It's gonna have a proprietary bolt and some of the components within that.
Okay.
But this thing's a lot of fun, man. So this thing is a 11.5 inch, is a 1-in-7 twist, hammer forged, chrome lined barrel. The gas system is it's a proprietary length, but it's very similar to a carbine length. As you can see from all the pictures, the gas block is threaded onto the barrel, which just helps seal all that in. You don't have to rely on a carbon buildup or anything to seal that. So you get very little gas bleed off out of this gun. And the gas tube itself is also threaded into the block just to further seal that entire cycle.
That's really cool, man. I think that it's also really common these days to see curved gas tubes with a little curve in them. This is worth mentioning. It is a straight gas tube. That's really cool. Chrome line forged barrel. It means it's gonna have a super high round count as far as barrel life goes. The proprietary bolt is just gonna be for more reliability. Yeah. This thing, we shot a lot of really crappy ammo today at the range. Like a lot of really like cheap and smoky brass ammo, but it ran fine. Yeah. And I mean, I think that you could probably shoot steel through this thing all day or whatever kind of ammo you got laying around to be just fine through it.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, it really doesn't care. Like obviously it is gonna be designed around like M855, but you know, it'll shoot anything and it shoots it really well. So we're just gonna kind of go butt to front here and explain what piece by piece is on this gun. So we've got the Magpul SLK stock. I'm a big fan of this stock just because on an SBR platform, you know, in a vehicle, wearing kit, anything like that, it's a little bit more compact. It doesn't feel like it's as big and bulky as like the SOP mod stocks or anything with a giant cheek well. And going off of that, we do have the SC Irregulars Fear V2 riser. So I don't really feel like I need that huge cheek well when I'm relying on resting my cheek on this.
Yeah, for sure. We want to take a second to shout out SC Irregulars. We love their company and we think that their products are great. Also, the guy that runs the company, Slade, is an awesome dude. Shout out to them. If you haven't ever heard of them, make sure to go check them out.
Yeah, show some love, spend some money.
So what else are we running, man?
So we've got the Defense Co. Kung Fu straight grip. Okay. I really like this thing just because being able to hold this guy up and out, I'm not having to do this really weird angle because my grip's at this really aggressive angle. Yeah. But I can hold this gun out and I can grab whatever I need to grab. I can do whatever I need to do, and I'm not sitting here struggling like I would be having something with some whack grip angle.
Yeah, it's definitely something that I noticed right off rip is that grip angle. It's very aggressive and it's almost like closer to 90. Yeah. But that's kind of what you're seeing these days. And honestly, I think that's the way of the future for sure.
Well, I also really just think at the end of the day, it's a personal preference.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
some people like BCM, some people like, I mean, there's so many different grips out there. Everyone's gonna have something that they like. But going off of that, we've got the SSAE 2-stage trigger. I love that thing. My favorite thing about this trigger is that, you know, on a bolt gun, typically most people like single stages because you want to be surprised by that trigger pull, and this trigger does not surprise you whatsoever, which I like a lot because I think on a home defense duty, combat-oriented gun, especially for close quarters, I think it's really good being able to pull a little bit of slack out back to that wall and immediately knowing from that wall when that gun's going off.
Yeah.
Because if you're going around a corner or you're going somewhere where you know, hey, there is some sort of threat, we want to be ready, but we don't want to pop a round off. And so you can go safety off, slack out, and you're on that wall, and you know, hey, if I apply any more force, it's going.
Yeah, every single one of my AR setups runs the Geisley trigger. The SSAE is awesome, 2-stage, amazing. The brake is nice and crisp.
3.5 pounds, but it's a very smooth 3.5 pounds.
Yeah, and if you want to go fast with it, you can definitely go fast with it.
Yeah, 100%. Moving up to the top, we've got the Trijicon MRO, not the HD. I don't need the big circle reticle, not worried about it. On the Unity Fast Riser. So that's gonna give us didn't do my research, but 1.6-ish center line, I believe. Okay. 1.51, something around there.
Yep.
This thing's really nice. It does have a built-in backup iron that is essentially sandwiched between the mount and the optic, which is nice if you run front irons, which I don't.
Yeah. If you believe in backup iron sights, the Unity riser is going to be good for you. You're starting to see risers on the market a lot these days. Yeah. People are starting to figure out that like tucking your head down into your stock is really not the way for speed anymore.
Right.
Everybody wants to talk about height over bore. We're not here to have that debate, but this is your setup and this is the way that you like to run it. So I respect it for sure.
I'm not shooting comp on the weekends with this, trying to hit A zones. This gun is built around combat accuracy, and 2 inches height over bore in a room to me is not important. So that's how I run my setup.
For sure.
Moving forward on the gun, we've got some rail scales here. We've got the Somo Gear PEC 15. This is a potted plastic full power laser that MSRP is around 240 bucks.
Yeah, for sure. So Somo Gear's kind of been a hot topic in the market in the industry for quite a while. Me and Connor, we personally believe that the laser industry is one of those that has been gatekept and is super, super expensive and hard to get into for a long time. Yeah. That being said, these lasers, they're gonna be full power. They are potted. We've ran the hell out of ours. I have one on my Mark 18 that I've put through a class, and it holds a 0 to 100 yards just fine. That being said, if you dropped it off a building or on the concrete or something really hard or really abused it, I couldn't say that it would hold up just because we're not sure. We've never done that.
Right.
But I think that you need to be in control of your kit and be vigilant of stuff like that for sure. Also, for a cheap laser that's really fun to use and like literally probably 1/8 of the price, and it's full power, I don't think you can beat it.
Right. And yes, we're running optics and a laser and no irons, so the laser isn't that reliable, but this is a Trijicon, you've got name point. Yep. We have some sort of optic on there that's going to last. So.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. Yeah, that's a good point. I don't think I would recommend a Somo Gear if you're running like
a Holosun. Sorry, my bad.
I wasn't gonna say that, but yeah, that's exactly right. If you're running something that's not necessarily duty rated as far as your optic, I probably wouldn't recommend a Somo Gear. But again, we've had really good luck out of lasers, so you can say what you want.
Yeah. We've also got the Cloud Defense Rain 3.0. Awesome light. This thing is blindingly bright.
Yeah.
It is 1250 lumens. It is 100,000 candela.
Good Lord.
The throw on it is unbelievable. The thing I really like about this light is you actually have a tight center beam, a center circle, and then you have a flood circle around that. So it's really nice being able to pinpoint something at a distance, but also have a nice flood. So it's a really nice mix of the two. Under that, we are running the BCM vertical foregrip, 20 bucks. Simple.
Yeah, buy them at your local gun store, they work.
Yeah, ain't nothing.
Yeah.
On the front of the gun, we are running the Otter Creek Labs Polonium K. Lightweight, short, the quietest.
Hearing safe, in our opinion.
Yeah,
sure.
completely hearing. Like, I've shot this indoors, no ear pro. Like, not that I condone that, but there's no ears ringing, there's no underwater noise, there's nothing. You're you're completely fine. You're not taking one of your senses out of the fight if you do have to discharge this in a vehicle, in a house, something like that.
Yeah.
This thing's awesome, dude.
I like the Polonium K a lot, man. I want to take a second to shout out Otter Creek because they are making a suppressor that's cheaper, that performs, cools off fast, and it freaking does amazing. Like we said, it's hearing safe, it's lightweight, it's built super, super, super robust, and again, it comes in at a price point that's about half of a Surefire can.
Right.
So I think it's fantastic.
The other thing I really liked about the Otter Creek as well is it's only about, well, it's right at 5 inches, which is really nice because the overall length of the barrel on this gun is 16.5 inches with the can on it. So with a 11.5 inch barrel, 5 inch can, we're coming in right at the length of a full size rifle, which is nice. I mean, in a vehicle, in a room, tight quarters, it's nice. Lightweight, short.
This thing's awesome. I think we could make a whole video just about the Polonium K, and we might do that in the future, just because this can is absolutely awesome. Yeah. But overall, yeah, like he said, this is from back to all the way to the front. This is his entire setup. I've shot this gun a good bit. It's an amazing setup. I think that we're gonna talk about price, and we're gonna talk about the MSRP and what you can expect to pay for stuff like this, and it is very expensive. That being said, you're paying for quality, you're paying for the years and years of military use. Again, if you want the stuff that the best of the best are using, you're gonna pay for it.
You're also paying for the tools and the experience it takes to build a weapon system like this, because this can't just be made with a lathe or, you know, your basic machining tools.
They're not making these in the Palmetto factory.
Yeah.
So, all right guys, so real quick, we're gonna go through the price of everything on this. Starting right off at the front, you've got your Cerakote job, which is custom. It's optional, you don't need it. It's $450 for that multicam Cerakote job. The stock is $44.95. The cheek riser is $70. The M6IC LWRC lower is right at about $800, give or take. You can find them for cheaper around if you buy used or whatever. The Defense Co. Kung Fu grip is 20 bucks. The Geisley SSAE is $249.99. Geisley triggers are expensive, but they're really nice. They are also mil-spec style. They're not drop-in, just worth noting. They're fantastic. Trijicon MRO, $605. The Unity Fast MRO mount is $189. So you're looking at about $800 for the optic setup. Worth it. The Edgar Sherman sling, it's 50 bucks. Very price-effective sling. Costability. Oh shit. Cut. The BCM vertical grip mod, 20 bucks, like we said, local gun shop. They sell them everywhere. Somo Gear potted PEC 15, the controversial thing on the gun. Those guys are $239.99. The Cloud Defense Rain 3.0 is $411.99. The Rearden SPB is $74.99. The Atlas suppressor adapter is $89. The Polonium K is $549. The tax stamp, you got 2 tax stamps here. SBR plus can, that's $400 total. Taxation is theft. Knight's Armament SR-15 Mod 2 CQB upper is $2,249.99. Give or take. If you buy used, you can find them for somewhere around there. But that's even if you can find them, because we are gonna mention in this video, the SR-15 is done.
Yeah.
RIP the SR-15, man. Grantham said it. It's one of the best ARs you could buy. So RIP the SR-15. What are they moving to?
So they're moving to the new KS1 line. Same concept, bull barrel, dimpled bull barrel.
Okay.
So it's gonna be a little bit heavier, but it's not gonna get as hot as quick. That is probably the one complaint I have with this gun.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's just because all the gas is sealed up so well in it that it just gets hot so quick. But this is one of those glove on your support hand kind of guns. Like it gets extremely hot, not just from the suppressor, but around the whole handguard. This thing is awesome though. This gun was released in 2016. It soon after started selling to the civilian market. So as of 2020, they quit taking orders from the civilian market, but they are still in very small quantities produced for military law enforcement use.
Yeah, I think they're trying to push their new line of rifles. And again, it's just like anything else. Every couple of years, there's going to be an updated thing. But that being said, the SR-15 grew a legacy and lived for a long time. Yeah. And it served its purpose, and it's continuing to serve its purpose in your life and in a lot of people's life. These guys that are running it in their high-tier law enforcement, or these guys that are running it in their top-tier military outfits and stuff like that, I'm sure that they absolutely love it. I would be interested to know what a really high round count is considered for these guns, just because I bet these things will run as long as you can keep them clean.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the barrel lives are advertised 20,000, which is pretty standard, honestly. Like We're also here, I would just like to say too, for the record, we are here to give our honest opinion about this gun.
Yeah.
I had a Mark 18 leading up to this. You still have a Mark 18. You have a Geisley Super Duty. The reason I bought this gun is because I wanted to see if it was worth the hype. I work at a gun store every day. All I hear is nights this, nights that, nights this.
Yeah.
I wanted to see what the hype was about. And by the end of this video, we'll have given you all our honest opinion about it. But I just want to say, that's it. We're here for our honest opinion. I'm sure there's some fanboys out there that think it's the best thing ever, and I'm sure there's some people out there that think it's ridiculous to spend this amount of money on a rifle.
Yeah.
That's cool. But we're here to give our opinion and try to give y'all some knowledge if y'all are looking in the future to invest in a weapon system like this.
I didn't pay the money for this gun, so I don't have a whole lot of fist in the fight, but whenever you're looking at a $6,500 AR-15 setup, you really have to think, okay, well, what is this AR-15 gonna do, and why is it gonna be better than, say, a Daniel Defense, which is $2,000, or a Geisley Super Duty, which is a little bit under $2,000. And honestly, in my opinion, I'm not 100% sure that this gun's gonna do a whole lot more than those guns. I will say that it's probably gonna be tougher and maybe last a longer time. It's probably gonna be super, super, super reliable, but you see that on a lot of those like $2,000 price bracket ARs. You're seeing a lot of reliability and a lot of longevity.
You're right.
So that's really just my opinion. I think that if you buy a Knight's Armament SR-15, it's because you want a Knight's Armament SR-15. It's not because you need a go-to duty rifle, because there's other great options out there. I think that if you buy a Knight's, it's because you want a Knight's.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
What do you think?
Honestly, I think, even owning this gun, I still think that the Mark 18 is the staple of an AR-15.
Okay.
I don't think you're going to find something for a better price that does the same thing. I don't think you're going to find something that shoots better than that in DI. I mean, you can go to piston guns, they're gonna have more consistent recoil patterns, sure, whatever. But as far as a direct impingement gas operated AR, I don't think you're gonna find something better than a Mark 18. I really don't.
Okay.
And it's MSRP on a full SR-15 is $4,400. Lower, upper, bone stock, $4,400.
And that is exactly half the price of a Mark 18.
Yeah, Mark 18 is like $2,100, $2,200. So it's, I mean, I think that the Mark 18 shot better than this gun does. I think that this seals up the gas better. You don't get any gas in your face, cool, but I think that the recoil pattern is more predictable. I think that it's easier to take follow-up shots with a Mark 18. I do think that this gun is lighter. This upper does come in at 3.8 pounds bone stock, which is really nice. So it's very lightweight. Yeah. But
you get a Mark 18 with a Mark 16 Geisley rail, then it gets really light too.
Yeah,
you know
you're right.
Something I want to talk about too is if you do end up buying a Knight's Armament, just please understand that your armorer's wrench that you bought from your local gun store is not going to work to take this entire gun apart. No. There are proprietary parts which require proprietary tools and proprietary knowledge that you need to understand with this gun. Those tools are going to be a little bit more expensive. It's not hard to work on by any means.
No,
like you can work on it, but you do need those tools, and that is something that you should understand going into it. If you got a safe full of mil-spec ARs and you go buy a Knight's, just know that whenever you take it apart, it's going to be different than your other ones.
The other thing, and something else that leading off of that, these are not just tools that you can go to your local gun shop and buy. These are not just tools you can go online and buy.
Really?
You have to find someone that already has one.
Interesting.
Because you go and you try to find a handguard wrench for a Knight's Armament, especially the URX4s, they don't exist. And I know that because I Cerakoted it. I
had to
tried
take
to
it
find
apart.
one.
Yeah.
And you have to go, you're going on Gunbroker or Tax Swap and you're bidding on it. And people are asking, just like with any Knight's part, whatever they want for it, because you can't get it.
Yep.
So, leading off of that, proprietary shit. Mark 18, Geisley, all these other companies, I could go to Palmetto and I could get a gas block. Not that I would, but I could go get a gas block from Palmetto. I could put it on a Mark 18 and it would work. Not on this.
Everybody talks about end of the world too. You know, if the end of the world comes, and you need to change out a gas block on a Knight's. Good luck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, that's, now, yes, you're paying for a gun that in theory, it should never break.
Right.
Everything's gonna break.
Yeah.
Everything will break eventually. Doesn't matter how much money you spend on it. And when this does, you're screwed. So it's tough, man.
Yeah, so usually in our videos, we have like a very clear and concise opinion on guns, but this one I feel like it's kind of a toss-up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of pluses, but there's also a lot of minuses.
I've shot it a lot, and yeah, it's cool, but it's really just a clout gun.
The SR-15 is mid. You heard it first.
No.
First.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
No, I get it, man. I think I'm gonna leave it up to the viewers on this one.
Yeah.
I think that I'm gonna leave it to you guys. I want y'all to take everything that we've talked about in this video and form your own opinions, do your own research, watch some other videos, listen to Flannel Daddy talk about these, because if you listen to Flannel Daddy talk about these, you'll go buy one, because he loves when he talks really good on them. And they are awesome. You wanna flex on your friends, you wanna have the most expensive and the bougiest AR out at the gun range, SR-15.
Yeah.
You know? At the end of the day, we're all slinging 5.56, just some of us are doing a little bit different.
So on a real note, guys, I know we've cracked a lot of jokes and said a lot of stuff, but at the end of the day, this is an extremely reliable weapon system. I really do enjoy it. I've enjoyed my time with it. I just think that there are systems out there that are going to give you very similar results for a significantly less amount of money.
Yeah, I think that this gun also like entails a certain level of service and a certain level of reliability and a certain level of need that most civilians are not gonna come anywhere near touching, because we were just talking off camera, and honestly, we feel like a lot of Knights Armament owners, they don't really shoot them, or they don't really push them to the limit or where they were designed to be.
On the civilian side.
On the civilian side, yeah.
I mean, like, obviously government agencies and stuff that use them use the shit out of them.
Oh, yeah.
But John from IT that has a Knights Armament, how often does he shoot it?
Right. He used the analogy, it's like a Lamborghini. People buy Lambos and then don't drive them. You know what it is?
It just sits in the garage, and like you said, they just post for Instagram pictures with it.
Yeah, mid-tier snobs, don't be poor. Again, this gun is a massive flex, but also, like, we're not trying to cope. And when I say that, there's coping on both sides. People buy cheap shit and then say it's just as good, but people buy expensive shit and swear up and down that it's the best. Right. There's coping both ways. And that being said, we're not trying to have that or lead that in any direction. Another thing that I want to touch on is that our opinions are not bought. We're not industry plants, so you can't buy our opinions, at least not yet. From my channel, you can always expect an honest opinion, and we're always going to keep it real with you guys. Connor spent the money, he's got all the fists in the fight, and if he says that go buy a Mark 18, then I'd probably trust that opinion. You know what I mean? But just understand that we're keeping it real with you guys one video at a time, and we sure do appreciate all the support. If you hate my opinion and you think my opinion's dog shit, let me know. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I hope y'all had fun and had some laughs with us. We really enjoy filming these videos for you guys, and it's honestly a lot of fun. Yeah. This is the kind of stuff that we do anyways, so getting to stand in front of a camera and bring it to you guys and talk about it is great. Again, we got some really cool content coming up. If there's anything in particular you'd like to see, you want to see a video on the Polonium K, or you want to see a more in-depth video talking about SOMO gear, let us know. We'd be happy to do that kind of stuff for you guys because we have a lot of experience with both of those things. With all that being said though, you guys, peace.